Dale digs down under. I'm digging down under me shed. Morning, guys. I'm about to duck down the hole and see what she looks like. I was actually down here until like 10 o'clock last night, sorting stuff out down there. Let's see what we find today, eh? Can't be much worse. Hey, the pump's been working. The floor's actually got a bit of dryness to it. Oh, that's a bloody good start. Oh, Charlie, you bloody knocked me down the hole, you buffhead. Yeah, mate. He hates it when I go down here. Stands there over the top of the hole just waiting for me to come back. Oh, waterfall's still running. Oh, we don't have a great deal more dirt down here, that's good. All of this was cleaned up last night. That's the little tiny bit that's fallen, so there's my hand for a bit of a comparison. It's not too bad. A bit more light on the subject. Now that soil there, that's bloody weird, isn't it? That real brown stuff. Got all of the little fine gravel here. And then you can see where the water just drops out and comes off this face. It was washing down here, or you can see a little bit of the moisture there, so it kind of trails across. It's doing a bit of a capillary or something, then making its way across there and then coming down. But this here's the main flow, just water pouring off this face. So what I want to do is trim this. Let me turn that fan off, eh? Oh, alright. Everything here looks alright too. Oh, things are looking up a little bit, guys. Yeah, that's not too bad. Hey, at least I've started tunnelling that way, haven't I? Yeah, there's a bloody thumbs up. So what I got to do, I got to trim this bit here out and just knock that back so she's a nice flat surface. Probably cut that little bit out of the bottom corner. Square up that edge. This here is what my problem's been. And I remember back in a video ages ago, someone said to me, sort this out straight away, don't mess about, just get it done. And look, I should have listened. It's caused dramas, but it's not gone too far that it's left me in the shit, as you'd say, you know. So we'll get that sorted out. Alright, I'll go and clean this up and we'll get stuck into it, eh? I'm bloody glad I didn't come down here to a full disaster, but bloody don't go jinxing myself too. That water hasn't stopped coming off that face yet. I reckon there's going to be a heap of water up in behind this wall here, judging by how much dirt's up there on the corner. Let's see how much comes out. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that flowing. It's pouring out all the way along here. If I remember correctly, I thought I took this pipe all the way along here. Yeah, I did take it all the way along here. So there should be somewhere for the water to run along the bottom of this wall face too. Oh geez, you're not seeing that, are you? So when I did the original pipe work, I planned to come further along, so there should be a bloody connection here. Oh, I can feel the pipe there now. Just got to get it flowing. Might have to go and get the hose or something and try and bloody clear it. We'll see if that works. That got her flowing. Have a look at that. She's running down through there now. That'll get a bit of the water off of here. Allow this pipe to keep up with the water that's coming out from behind the wall. I've got some stuff to sort out. Look at this little guy. He's always here, just waiting for me. Bloody hell, I love you, little fella. Yeah, I love you, Charlie. You're a bloody good boy. I can't wait till I can sort out a way to get him down here. Because he'd just love to come down here and just kick back with me. Hey buddy, wouldn't you? You'd love it. Well, I've got this all cleaned up now. I've got a bit of timber over that hole down there where the pipe joins up to. So if any of the dirt falls off, it's not going to bloody ruin the hard work that I just did in clearing it all. All the pipes running clear there now, so that's a bloody good thing. I've got water just coming out from underneath here constantly. So that means that my little channel behind the wall that I dug's definitely full of bloody muck and ain't flowing anymore, but as you can see, she's still flowing a little bit. It's all coming out from behind there. I was thinking, yep, beauty, this is going to be easy. I just bloody pin a bit of board down there, run my form ply up, put in the steel and everything first, obviously, to lock all this up. But now I'm looking at this. As soon as I fill that up with concrete, that's not going to have a way out. And then I'm just going to end up with groundwater just coming across here all the time. I think I'm going to have to maybe undermine this a little bit, hook into that pipe there, run it across, and then duck it out, and then have like a little uplift bit over here, and then that way all the water that runs along the back of the wall still has somewhere to try and collect, and I'm not getting as much flowing out here. But maybe it's not too important. Like, maybe I can, geez, I hate having to come up with these decisions myself and work it out as I go. It'd be lovely to just have a plan for this thing, but I am the plan. That's an issue all in itself, eh? Yeah, maybe we can just deal with the water coming out from underneath the wall. And just, I don't know. See, it doesn't happen all the time. It's only happening when we're getting stupid amounts of rain. So I suppose it's not too much to deal with. Oh, bloody hell. The conundrums, the thoughts, the processes, the dramas. Jeez. Alright, well, I think, yeah, I'm probably going to have to pull this timber down again. After that was all floating in the water, I thought I'd just screw it up to the bottom of those braces, but really going to have to work out some way to put that in a better spot, or try and just utilise it somehow. One good thing about this timber being up here now is I could just put the bloody tools up on top of there, down the other end. Maybe I'll do that. But then as soon as geez, see, these are the thoughts that go through my head. I'm going, oh yeah, I can put the tools up on top of there, but then as soon as I bloody use the thing, I've got to create another shelf. So, bugger doing things twice, I may as well just do it properly the first time. Oh, yeah. Problems with doing things on the cheap. At the end of the day, you just got to do something. We'll work it out. Jeez, I sure am missing having the little jackhammer at the moment. Lucky it's nice and wet. The first little surface bit's easy to get off, but it bloody gets hard pretty quick after that. Bloody hell, not fit. I'll clean this little bit up here. I've got a pretty nice flat surface there now that we can work with. I'm not going to try and chip it back. That's just going to end up filled with concrete. You just got to fill it up. I think I'm going to get a drink of water first, guys, and come back to it. I've worked out my sizes down here. I've got to get a sheet of form ply that's 1050 wide, and I want to go 150 deep. I'll be able to get that at 2.4 high, all out of one piece. So that'll be a good thing. But what I just realised, I was like, alright, I'll go and drill these holes in the concrete so I can actually run some steel up here. The bloody jackhammer is my drill, isn't it? So I'm going to have to work something out. That just stuffs me. Because what I wanted to do is obviously drill into here and then knock the 12mm bar down into the existing concrete, so that way it's got a bit of something to lock it in so the wall can't just push away. How do I drill 12mm holes in the concrete without that? Alright, I've got to have a think. Well, I went ahead and I pulled all of this thing apart. I did it as soon as it bloody happened. I found that the springs for the brushes are all corroded up, and there's bloody corrosion in the terminals, and the I think this is like a potentiometer or something that runs different speeds. She's all bloody corroded up too. What I did is I got a can of this stuff and I dumped the whole bloody can through all of this thing, just to try and make sure that I got all of the moisture out of it. But you can even see, like, there's just moisture just everywhere. I'm struggling to even get the water out of the bloody thing. I don't hold great hopes for it, and I think if it does run, she might not have a very long life. But if I can get some drill holes out of it and get these things sorted that I need to get sorted, at least the bloody thing will be a bit more secure, won't it? So I'll put him all back together. But what I'll do is I'll go and get the air blower again and give it all a good blowout and just see how it goes. I'm not sure if this condensation built up just because of how cold this stuff is too. So as you bloody, it doesn't seem to disperse the water. I don't know. It evaporates real quick, but I'll just go and get the air blower and run it over it. Well guys, I think I've come up with a solution. I know it's not the concrete that you guys were probably hoping to see, but I've formed up the end wall and I've put in a nice little shelf here, and that way I can keep all my tools up. That's above waist height, so it's up here. And that should ensure that everything that I leave down here stays safe. This part here doesn't have any moisture come in from the top, so it'll only be rising water that could possibly get to anything. Why I decided not to concrete it, I've got heaps of water coming in. That amount of water constantly flowing, if I was trying to fill that up with concrete, it would turn my concrete to absolute garbage and it wouldn't have the strength that I want. When I pour these walls, I want to do them with probably 32 to 40 MPa concrete, and I also want to order a mix that's high density, because you can get this high density stuff which actually helps stop any water penetration and then give it a good vibe, make sure it's spot on, and that should actually aid in waterproofing this whole thing too. And then I'll end up with a negative membrane that I paint on all of the wall as well. It was actually a comment from Lex that's been playing on my mind, saying that there's nothing like the permanence of concrete, and I really don't want to do just a patch, because then I've got all these worries of water ingress between each section of the wall. So optimally I would like to pour all of the walls all in one go. I'm not going to be able to do that, but if I can pour, say, this wall and that wall, and pour this wall here and the sections through there in one go, it gives me a lot less points where it can fail in the future. So that's my mode of thinking, guys. I was really excited to actually put concrete in, but I think I'm jumping the gun. And then if I went and put concrete in there and it turned out not to be what I want, bloody hell, it's days of jackhammering to get rid of that. And the one thing that pulled me up was me bloody jackhammer isn't running, so I can't drill into the concrete. That's what we've got, guys. And what I did as well is I braced it with that timber that I had hanging up here. So I cut them all off at about 2700. Sorry, I cut this one here at 2700, And I cut these other bits, that one, and that one at 2400, and those are the little offcuts that I've got from those pieces. So not much waste there, which was good. And one of them had this dicky, two of them had a dicky end on it anyway, so that was fine to get rid of that. And then the other two little bits are just stuff that I had stored up here. So I think that's the best way to approach it at the moment. You might not agree, you might agree. I don't know how people are thinking, but at least what that does is it supports that dirt and puts a bit of pressure against it. I took this piece off and took it up the top, and I trimmed it back to 425mm wide from the end of the sheet, and then brought it back down and had this piece already in place, and then just wedged that one in there. So that's got to push this whole wall to come out, and that there has to push these 4 braces and this whole wall for it to come out. And then the centre bit, she's just bracing it up a bit so it doesn't get a bow in the middle. Let me know what you think of what I come up with, guys. I reckon that's, personally I reckon it's the best thing I could have done for the moment. And what I'm thinking about doing is getting another shelf and putting in another shelf here, just so I can store a bit more stuff. But at least when I do have tools down here, I don't have to take them up every time. They'll always be ready to work. I can just ensure the safety of my gear down here, you know. Alright, well, small knocks, break. Almost stuffed that up, didn't I? Come on, remember, small knocks break bloody big rocks. I'll see you next time.